On this episode of the Hanford Insider, we get a rundown of events coming up this week, including the Blues and Roots Festival this Saturday.
This is the Hanford Insider for Monday, September 11th.
Welcome to this episode of the Hanford Insider. I'm your host, Rob Bentley. The weather this week is going to be sunny and warm with temperatures in the mid-90s. Let's check this week's Hanford community calendar. The Hanford Parks and Recreation Commission will be meeting at 5:30 on Monday, September 11th, and the Planning Commission will be meeting on Tuesday, September 12th. Both commission meetings will be held in the City Council chambers. The Kings Players are holding tryouts Monday, September 11th and Tuesday, September 12th for their production of Much Ado Out West. Visit their information at kingsplayers.org for more information. Get this, country western fans. On Tuesday night, K-Jug Radio will be presenting a free concert with Penn Gallagher and J.J. Brown in the Civic Auditorium Park at 7. And then on Thursday night, the rock band Jaded will be performing at the Thursday Night Marketplace. The third installment of the Hatalis exhibition is now open at the Carnegie Museum of Kings County. The exhibit is open from 1 to 5 each Friday, Saturday, and Sunday until December 17th. For more information, visit carnegiemuseumofkingscounty.org. On next week's episode, we'll hear from the curators of the exhibit. The Kings County Office of Education will be holding a resource fair supporting families from infant to adult this Thursday, September 14th at the Hanford Civic Auditorium from 5 to 7. Tipsy Canvas will be holding a couples paint night at their studio located at the corner of 7th and White Streets this Friday night, September 15th at 7. Contact Tierney at 589-3969 for reservations and more information. The Kings County Board of Realtors is having a food drive for the Soup Kitchen. Items can be dropped off at their office located at 880 North Irwin Street. For more information, you can call Leanne Rossiter at 559-707-3315. This Saturday, September 23rd, the Hanford Multicultural Theater Company is hosting comedian Chris Cope at the Little Brick Theater. For more information, visit hanfordmtc.com. Don't forget, if you have a community event coming up and you need help getting the word out, send an email with details about your event to hanfordinsider@gmail.com. Well, I'm here with Jim Castleman, who is the founder of the Downtown Hanford Blues and Roots Festival. How you doing, Jim?
Good, Robbie. Good to see you, man.
Hey, Jim, tell us about this year's festival. I know it's been a long tradition. How many years has the festival been going now?
Well, this is our 22nd year. Would have been our 23rd without the COVID year, but 22 years of the Blues Festival. Downtown Hanford Blues and Roots Festival, I should say.
That's awesome. So who do you have coming this year?
Well, this year we got 3 bands. Albert Cummings, who's coming from Massachusetts. He's just leaving the Big Blues Bender in Las Vegas, and he'll be here Friday and Saturday. I've got the Evan Thomas Blues Band from San Francisco. Our very own Travis Brooks will be the opening band. He's got a trio here from Hanford, and then we've got an acoustic set, half-hour set that starts at 5:15. The posters and everything says 5:30, but music will actually start at 5:15 as people are coming in.
And I know that you have a lot of vendors lined up this year, some new and interesting ones, huh?
Yeah, we've got about 7 food vendors. Fatty Albert's, Toshiko's, JoJo's, Chicken Shack, Howie's, Kettle Corn. We got cookies. Gotti's will be out there. I think that's all of them. So about 7 food vendors, and then the whole park from Dowdy to Irwin Street is a beer and wine garden in front of the stage. Stage is the steps of the Civic Auditorium.
So will there be chairs set out, or do people need to bring their own chairs?
Yeah, it's a free admission, so you need to bring your lawn chairs and your blankets. We don't set up any chairs or tables, anything like that. So we encourage low back lawn chairs if you have them, blankets. Like I said, the whole park is the sitting area.
So you mentioned free. That's one of the unique things about this festival. I've been to several festivals around the country, and I know that you're very proud of the Hanford Festival being a free festival. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, we decided to do that 23 years ago now, and decided to make it a free ticket. We're still proud, very proud, that we can still offer free admission. You know, there's only two other free blues festivals in the United States of America. One is the biggest blues festival in the world, which is the Chicago Blues Festival. It's been running for 37 years. The other one is the W.C. Handy Blues Festival in Hendersonville, Kentucky. That's been running for 32 years. Both of those have been free all that time, and we continue to make this one free, and I'm humbled by the support, because without the sponsors that I have for this year's Blues Festival, we couldn't keep making it a free admission show. So I've got really great community support. I've got 30 sponsors this year that really make it special, and make it special for me, because those people believe in us and believe in the festival and see the worth in helping us support it.
Yeah, so maybe you've seen the posters around town. I'm looking at the poster here with Jim now, and there's so many. It would take a whole episode just to list all of the sponsors, but what a great turnout and support. And I think that goes along with the mission of bringing high-quality musical acts to Hanford and Kings County. I know that you're also involved with the Thursday night marketplace. We see you up there on Thursday nights. Can you tell us a little bit about the process of selecting bands and entertainment for that?
Yes, sir. I've been booking the bands for all 23 years for the Thursday Night Marketplace. Started out as a volunteer. Currently, I'm on the board. We try to bring all the biggest name, best bands in the local area and when I say local, I mean Porterville, Visalia, Tulare, Fresno, Hanford, Lemoore, wherever we can find those bands, and try to keep the music level at a really good level, because it helps bring the people downtown, besides our farmers market and besides all the food vendors, to bring those quality bands that have been playing a long time here in the Valley. Some of them have really big followings, and when they show up, a real big crowd shows up. There's certain ones that just really have a following. And so for a long time, I've told all the bands that if they want to, because I get contacted by hundreds of bands, but if they want to be booked in Thursday Night Marketplace, they need to invite me to somewhere they're playing, or they need to invite me to a practice so that I can see what it's. And it's not like I'm hard on them. I just want to make sure that we got the right quality for what the market is.
No, for sure.
And also considering the demographics. Like for example, right now the market has gotten a little bit younger as far as the crowd that's showing up, and which is a good thing, because we need the youth involvement. So I have to try to mix it up and bring, a country band one night, a rhythm and blues band another night, a classic rock band one night, a younger band another night, and try to mix it up and bring a little bit of something for everybody.
And I think as a music educator, I appreciate the fact that you do reach out to these other different genres. Ska. I have a friend that played in the ska band Los Hooligans that played last year. And cover bands, everybody loves a good cover band. And I think you've done that's one of the things that when I reflect on the marketplace entertainment, you've done a really good job at selecting different types of music, which I think people appreciate. And when they take their blankets and chairs and everything, they're planning on an evening of food and dancing. I think it's a really great atmosphere that has been created in downtown Hanford for the marketplace. And I know that MainStreet Hanford, your involvement on the board and running the different events, they've got a few events coming up with Witches Night Out and the wine and chocolate tasting and all the things that MainStreet Hanford does. And I'm looking forward to having some of the staff. Maybe we'll get Michelle on and talk about some of the events that are coming up for that. But I just wanted to thank you for everything that you do for the city. We've been friends for a long time.
Yes, we have.
And it's just great to see someone passionate about the town and providing. I think that's a theme that's actually come up on the show the last few weeks, is people that are providing opportunities for families to have fun, go out, enjoy music, enjoy food, enjoy an ice rink or whatever it is. So I want to thank you for everything that you do, and thank you for coming on the show. And I'd like to remind our listeners that you have your own blues radio show, and that is aired every Sunday night on KKDJ Radio at kkdjradio.com. It's Sundays from 6 to 10, and it's Jim Castleman's Night Train. congratulations on the show. I know you've been doing it for a while, yeah?
Yeah, thank you, Rob. I've been doing it for 8.5 years. I've got some really dedicated listeners. I've got listeners as far away as Utah, Arizona, Oregon, because it is internet based. So they can, and there's a free app on your phone. You can listen to it wherever you might roam. So that's kind of one of the lines I use all the time. And so I've got those people that call me or text me for requests all the time. So it's been a lot of fun. Labor of Love, and Main Street. So 31 events. It's all about downtown. It's all about, we have 357 businesses in this downtown business district. And so we are in support of all of those businesses. The money that we get from all these events, the tickets, the beer sales, whatever, it all goes back into downtown Hanford. Every penny, we're a nonprofit, and every penny is spent in helping and supporting our small businesses in downtown. It's really important as we grow. We're growing as a community. We're pushing 65,000 now, and we don't want to lose this beautiful downtown and this historic downtown that you and I have been around for all our lives, just about.
All right, Jim. Well, thank you again for coming on the show.
Thanks, Rob.
And now it's time for Hanford Insider Sports with Eric Bentley.
We'll start with Sierra Pacific as they were able to get a dominant victory on the road at Corcoran. The Golden Bears shut out the Panthers by a final score of 52-0. This is the first time in school history that Sierra Pacific has started 4-0. They look to keep that undefeated record intact when they host Kern Valley on Friday. Hanford High couldn't find the offense as they suffered a 35-6 loss against a very good Frontier team who is now ranked 7th out of 112 teams in the Cal Prep Central Section's rankings. With a 3-1 record, the Bullpups remain in the top 25 as they are ranked 16th. They'll look to bounce back as they head down to Visalia on Friday to take on Redwood. And Hanford West was able to find some offense. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough as they lost their game 44-21 to Hoover. The Huskies will be on the road to take on Avenel on Friday as they look for their first win. As always, if you're a fan or a coach who would like your team featured, send us an email, hanfordinsider@gmail.com. I'm Eric Bentley, and this has been your Hanford Insider Sports Report.
Well, that's all the time we have for today's show. If you've missed an episode, you can always go back and listen. There are a lot of different ways to listen to the show. Most of you probably are coming here directly from the website. If you're into other podcasts, you're likely listening through a player like Apple Podcast or something similar. You can also subscribe to my email list. I'll send out a link to the show for those who requested it. You can also subscribe to my email list. I'll send out a link to the show for those who request it. Send a subscribe request to hanfordinsider@gmail.com. And you can help me get the word out about the show by liking or sharing on social media, or just telling a friend. For more information about the show, you can find this podcast on Facebook, Instagram, Threads, X, and YouTube at Hanford Insider. If you have a show idea, be sure to email me at hanfordinsider@gmail.com. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great week.